Everything is really starting to slow down for us here at Straightway. We're getting back to what you call the normal standing operating procedures here at the community. We've had an extraordinary amount of people here within the last month, and Pastor Dow's been very, very busy the month before, and I'm sure I'm going to be quite busy the month after. I got a lot of phone calls I have to make. I got a lot of people I need to contact, a lot of things I need to do, but we're slowly but surely trying to get things back together here at the community. But the nature of this video is what the title says, is that it was reported, and while I'm in here for a second today, I've been watching my brother's video, Snip 4, and he is reporting that the Congress is thinking about. I think because a news source from another area said they're thinking about cutting off food stamps in the month of November. Now, first of all, number one, I'm going to tell you right now that they ain't going to cut off food stamps because of the government shutdown. They're not going to do it. And let me say this, that Jason is just reporting what he is hearing, what other people are saying. And he has a lot of valid points in there. But, I'm of the mind, and this is my mindset right here. If you want to know the character of a country, if you want to know the character of a people, watch how they treat their poor. Now, we understand that there are people out there that are legitimately poor. I mean, they are literally poor. They're trying to do everything they can to make ends meet. But we also know that America is full of a bunch of lazy-ass, deadbeat people, too. And that's just a fact. And we understand that, too. And we know that a lot of people are literally abusing the system. But, I'm going to say it again. Within the last 200 years, we've had a Democratic and a Republican system, all ran by the Democrats and the Republicrats. I think Jesse Ventura, what does Jesse Ventura call them? The Democrats or Democrats and the Republicans or something like that. I got his book somewhere here on the shelf, and he's flat out right. We had this two-party system that's got this country in the shape that it's in right now. Still, people are playing the game. And the only reason why the people play the game because the people in the country, the rich, who actually are the movers and shakers of this country right here, they dictate and mandate policy, the fundamentals of this country. And of course, behind them, I'm not talking about these figureheads like the president. He's not the president of the United States. He's just somebody up there grandstanding the stage playing as the president. There's people behind him a whole lot more powerful than him that is actually running this country. He's just a figurehead. He's just a puppet. That's all there's to it. And so are all those people up there in Congress. And just like Jake Snip said, I don't think that the powers that be for 1 minute want a riot up on their hands. What we need to do is start considering some of the things that we have so-called allowed. Now, people have to understand in the world that the things that's going on with this country called America, I call it USA under Satan's authority, it's not sanctioned by the people. The people in this country do not approve of this Congress. They do not approve of the Senate, the House Representative, the President, any of, or including the justices, the so-called judges. The American people do not agree with nothing that is going on. It's just that today we find ourselves powerless, literally powerless, because you see that they're doing whatever they want throughout this country. And most of these people are so duped under this. I'm proud to be an American. If I get another person that tells me thank you for the service, your service to our country and stuff, I mean, literally at times I just want to open up my hand and just slap the taste out of their mouth simply because they just don't understand. Because if I knew then what I know now, I would be protesting against this wicked country the way we are, just like I'm doing now, but I'm doing it in a quiet form of dissent. Because the one thing we got in this country, allegedly, is freedom of speech. And the only way that this country is going to be changed is a word that Congress hates to hear. But it's just the truth. It's called revolution. And I'm going to tell you right now that there's never been a revolution without bloodshed. Oh, you can say, oh, well, vote you out of office. What? To vote the next fool in? That's exactly what's going to happen. Just vote the next fool in, and we're going to continue to keep having the same old system. But maybe we need to reconsider our policies. For instance, for real, why we turn around and continue to keep giving billions of dollars in aid to that country, Israel? Why not just bring that money home? And a couple of these so-called allies who we're bribing to death and just sending out Federal Reserve notes all across this world. How about we just call all that money home and take care of our own people? How about we do that? Nah, they ain't going to do that. You know why? because they got people up in high places. Gangsters, man, do you understand? Now, we're not going to cut off the food stamps for you, because the American people believe that we are reasonable men. But I tell you what we're going to do, Polly. What we're going to do is we're going to extend the national debt of this country. We're going to run it into the ground, and we're going to take all these massive profits for ourselves and our children's children. We're also not going to tell these fools that we are actually taking the gold and the silver. We're going to continue to have them people duped and deceived, going out there working for paper while we take the real assets. So I want you to get on the line, and I want you to call the news sources and tell them they better start reporting these things and stop all this dissent. Because if they don't get this thing right, you tell the heads of these particular stations that we're going to give them some concrete boots. And they're going to be sinking in the bottom of the Hudson if they don't report this just the way we say it. And don't worry, we're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you, and we're going to take care of your family. You're going to be all right. But if you don't do what we say, we're going to take care of you. And your family too. And tell them we know that they're understanding of our needs. And that's what we have in this country. Literally gangsters. They are all professional gangsters. Again, they're not going to call it the food stamps. Voting somebody into office, out of office, you do not vote anybody into office. Are you following me? You're not doing it. You're not doing it. They have already been selected. You are electing, but they are selected, pre-selected before. All you're doing is playing along with the system and acting like that your vote or whatever you do count. No, it don't. No, it don't. No, don't let folks deceive. But I know we so duped and deceived in this country, we can't believe anything that a reasonable man says. A real, true reasonable man says. But that's all right. But they're not going to stop the food stamps, because he's right. They're going to be riots in this country, big time riots. And I tell you, I talked to them blue in the face. I just got finished. I just gathered another saints talk about the same thing. I just got finished talking myself and Pastor Fox. Just got finished talking at length of the reason why you need to be making the moves that you're doing, reason why you need to understand these classes that we're given, and why that you do not need to let these things slip. It does no good for people to come here, learn, and get soaked up with all this knowledge that we're teaching you as veterans, because myself and Pastor Fox, we have over 30 years of military experience behind us. And we do whatever we can to try to assimilate that knowledge out to the people and not try to keep it to ourselves in order to prepare people for what's coming. Because, I think the epitome of selfishness is you sitting up trying to depend on somebody else when you're well able and capable of doing it yourself, when you really truly don't want to do it because you want everybody else to provide a living for you. And that's just simply ain't going to happen. And we bought out heavily about the 5 wise and the 5 foolish. Boy, did we bring that out. And I'm telling you right now that the people who hear, they heard that don't let this little old so-called wicked, benevolent heart get in your way. Because you turn around and you give out your oil, you ain't going to have enough oil for you and the ones you're giving out for. And it's better for them to perish than for you to perish. And you better understand the real true fundamentals, and rather being duped and deceived by these religions in the world that would have you to so-called give you the shirt off their back when they don't understand the fundamentals and you're freezing. You just don't get it. People just don't get it. Teach a man how to fish so he can learn to fish for another day. And that's the policy right here. And I promise you, well done. It goes a whole lot farther than well said. And I think people need to actually limit who you listen to. Because you listen to a bunch of fools out there. For instance, you don't take financial advice from people that are in massive amount of debt or in debt. But they're not going to stop the food stamps in this country. To do it will cause a literal riot in this country. And I'm going to tell you right now that if a man steals food to eat, did you know that the Torah does not hold him guilty? Did y'all know that? Nah, many of you people don't know. You call him a thief and everything else. No, especially if he's just getting some food to eat. We should be benevolent enough to give him something to eat, huh? Huh? And you got a field out there. You should leave something left over so that the people who are poor can eat. I'm a poor man. I'm going to tell you right now, but I don't cry over spilled milk. Myself and the Saints straight away, we don't cry over spilled milk. We just go get it done. Everybody has their hand in on the community as one unit working. And that's just the truth. But the truth is we need to start, this is what we need to start doing. We need to start reevaluating and assessing our lives and making sure that we're doing the things that are necessary to become a benefit to others who are really, truly in need. And like I say, hey, there's going to be some doors that's going to be open to people who are legitimately in need. And you're going to have things ready for you because we know you're doing all you can. But there are some Americans out there, you have taken this wicked country and this wicked society spirit, hook, line, and sinker, and you think you're going to always live to take advantage of those who are producing and those who are assets to communities, to places, to farms, or businesses. No, it's not going to continue to keep working like that. And you know what's going to happen? There's going to be a weeping howl. They go all across this land right here. There's going to be a lot of sad, sad people. I know one thing's for sure, and I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. When this is all said and done, with all this preparation we've been doing for all these years, because, messengers, everybody's critical of them. Everybody's critical of messengers because, what they call us gloomer and doomers. We're always pessimistic. We're never optimistic about anything whatsoever at all. We never see what you call the bright side of the story. If there was a bright side, I'd tell you about it. If there was something to be optimistic about, I would tell you about it. But I'm telling you right now, the future don't look bright. The future looks very grim and very dim. And as a watchman, it's my job to blow the shofar, blow the trumpet, to make sure that you people can understand what's going on, because you're not going to hear it while all these people got their heads stuck in a proverbial sand and choose not to see the forest for the trees. There are people that actually have made a decision that they are refusing to see. And they have this so-called hope or heightened sense of awareness that they're saying. That's what they call it. That all things are going to get better, as if they're saying words, things are going to get better. And you look at this country and continue to keep seeing things getting worse and worse, and they keep waxing worse and worse and worse. How long are you going to continue to keep saying things are going to get better when we have inflation off the chain? When our wages are being garnered against our own will because President Barack Hussein Obama decided to go off into your paycheck and take a few cents from each and every working American here in order to keep the cell phone companies afloat, which you don't know about because, it was done under the table, flying under the radar. But you could think your politicians, your so-called elected or selected officials, you pay them pretty good, don't you? Or do the corporations pay them pretty good and they represent the corporations and not you, the people? Y'all see these people when they are in these little, what they call these things, these home fronts or these homesteads, when these politicians come home and they have these little grassroots movements and they so-called want to get out there and talk to the people. The people are hostile towards these so-called elected officials. Y'all see how that woman slam dunked John McCain over in Arizona not too long ago. And you know what he did? He still kept his resolve. Oh, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm really empathetic and I'm sympathetic towards you, but we're going to still do whatever the hell we want. Y'all people just go ahead and murmur, bite, gripe, ball, and squall and complain because you ain't going to do nothing about it. So you people showing up to these town hall meetings, that's what it is. You can see that no matter how much you holler, no matter how much you scream, no matter how much you gripe, you complain, you vote in, vote out, select in, select out, nothing ever changes. And it ain't going to change until there is a bloody revolution in this country. And that is the truth. And that is the naked truth. And it's the truth straight way. I'm going to tell you right now, when you have Homeland Security stacking up over 2 and 3 billion rounds, maybe 6.5 billion rounds of ammunition, notice, Homeland Security, who are they securing themselves against? Who? Who? Who are they doing it with? It's for you, the people. You people better wake up. They don't buy all these bullets because they want to go over there and give them to the Mexicans because they already give the Mexicans guns. They arm them. Whoa, why ain't go on and on? I'm supposed to be on food stamps, but I'm digressing. I got too many things going on here. Ah, mercy, mercy me. I tell you, it's sad when you hear all this, but I know somebody, if only one person can hear this video, understand what I'm saying, and then make the proper adjustments, you blessed. You are truly blessed. If you can hear me and hear what I'm saying, and you understood what I'm saying, understand what I'm saying, you are blessed. That, you know, the people here at Straightway, now I'm just talking about the people here at Straightway, they are some blessed people. We have some of the most beautiful brothers and sisters at this community that there is in the whole world. I mean, really. Children too. Children too. Mothers doing a wonderful job with their children, and fathers doing a good job of being heads of their home. The community is running well. It's doing pretty good. Could do better. Always could do better. The devil always working. But the country, if you want to know the character of a country, the morality of a country, everything is all predicated upon and dependent upon how they take care of their poor. Just remember that I said that, okay? I know I said a lot of things, but don't worry about it. They're not going to stop the food stamps. They need to stop some of these stupid social programs that they're doing. And beside that, you know what? At least we can all breathe a little bit easier knowing that the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, is still 96% shut down.